Hey guys, Valeros here. Today I will be showing you how to get the artifact of the Brute in Ark Survival Ascended on the island. A couple things before we go down there. As far as gear you will need, I recommend scuba gear. Doesn't have to be Ascendant. Primitive scuba tanks and stuff will work. And then hide gear will help protect you from the cold while you're down there. It's cold in the water and the cave is very deep. If you plan on going for the loot drops in the cave, I highly recommend bringing some flak armor to wear when you walk on the land inside the cave. Also, you will want a otter so you can get multiples of the artifact. Make sure the otter is following you. Otherwise, it will swim away or it'll float up whenever you throw it out. You're going to want a basil. The basil that I have is a very strong, high-level mutated basil. You do not need one that is this strong or that has one that has a saddle that is this good on it. You can bring 224-ish plus in there, and I would recommend a 60 or 70 armor saddle to take in there as well. If you go in there with anything lower than that, make sure that you bring make sure you bring 2 basils in there, both saddled up. That way you have the mate boost. You can do this with a Sarco or a Baryonyx. However, if you do that, they will get shocked by the eels and jellyfish, and there is a very good chance that you will die. The basil will not get shocked by jellyfish or eels. Doesn't take the debuff from it, and you can keep on trucking through. They take a lot of damage. They're real powerhouses for doing the water caves. It's a very good investment. Highly recommend them. Other than that, bringing a Leoplorodon buff. As you can see, I have one down there. Mystic Skin Oil. So you get that from the Leoplorodon. This will increase the quality of the loot drops or has a chance to increase the quality of the loot drops that I encounter inside the Brute Cave. But we will go ahead and get started, so I will skip back as soon as I get down there. Also, having this Leoplorodon buff will decrease the amount of oxygen that I use. So if you do have the Leoplorodon buff, more than likely, depending how fast you're able to kill stuff, you will not need oxygen tanks. So that will help you out. You still have a chance to get cold, so make sure you bring gear that is appropriate for that. And using a basil will give you the insulation buff. Also, having a otter will help insulate you. So we are going to head over there. So I will cut back when I get in front of the cave, and I will give you the coordinates. Alrighty guys, we are back. The entrance to this cave is, like I said, it's rather deep. But we are at 54.3 latitude, 3.9 longitude. The Brute artifact is one of 3 needed to run Megapithecus here on the island. We're going to take our basil and we are going to run inside the cave here. I do have clouds and fog disabled. And it helps the view inside the cave. If you want to know how to disable those, we have a video on the channel for that. Highly recommended. It's a very, very helpful video. So if you're wanting to look for loot drops, you're going to want to go up this right path here. If you're not wanting to look for loot drops, going up the left side will do just fine. There's a loot drop that has a chance to spawn right there behind me. I'm going to look for loot drops when I come through here because some of these can be very good and they have a pretty decent chance to drop flak blueprints, which are very helpful when you're trying to run the dragon or run some of these other caves that you can't bring your dinos in. Up here is another loot drop spawn chance. Also back there was a second or a third loot drop. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. And as you can see, by the, like, almost drunk view there, they still have not fixed some of the water spots on here, or some of the land spots. Ooh, a basil saddle. Not a very good one, but a basil saddle BP. And we get this little bit right here. If you're wondering what those sparkly bits are next to the loot drops and around my player, that is the Leopleurodon buff. The Leopleurodon buff, according to the description on the wiki, only works for the player that has the buff, and it will increase the loot drops. And has a chance to increase the quality as well. And there's another loot drop right back there, so-ish. And there's another one up here to the right. And it's not there. There's an explorer note up here also, in case you were wanting it. It's one of 3 in this cave. It's the first of 3. We're going to come down to the left here. There is some of these new little X-fish. Your basil should be able to deal with these rather easily. I do recommend not going gung-ho in this cave. There is a bunch of stuff in this area ahead of me, so make sure you deal with stuff as it comes to you and don't swim too far ahead. There is a lot of sharks that swarm in here, and there is a lot of eels. I highly recommend you take it slow, take it steady. Otherwise, if you come gung-ho in here, you're going to die. As you can see, my basil had full health when I started this, and I've already taken quite a bit of damage. Because these stupid fish hit for a lot. Die, little suckers. If you can, you want to try to loot them before others do. Otherwise, they will heal. And then you'll have to do it all over again, which is a giant pain in the buttocks. If you want your basil to heal up, taking him up to the surface of the water will increase his heal rate. There's another loot drop right here that I will grab. And kill this jelly. And see if anything else comes to play with me. So we get a little bit of lag there. Jelly. Doesn't look like anything else is coming to play with me. I'm going to hop off here real quick. Grab this loot drop and hop back on my basil before anything has a chance to attack me. And I'm going to hug the right wall. Now I'm trying to avoid some of that stuff down there so I don't get attacked by it all. Because there's a bunch of those new little X-fish down there that are a pain in the butt to deal with. And I'm going to come up here. And we'll go ahead and take a little pause right here. We'll kill all the eels that are coming for us. Fairly easy to do. Now if you come through here with a Sarco or a Bronto, this right here will be a pain in the butt for you to deal with. The spin attack on the berry. I said Bronto, goodness. The spin attack on the berry will help immobilize these eels so you can kill them. But it will still be a pain deal with. My basil got a level. Woohoo! We're gonna go up here and kill this stupid fish. I hate these suckers. Die, you stupid. Alright. Now the loot drops in this area, there's 3 loot drops in this cave. And each one of these little crevices in here have a chance to spawn a loot drop. So there's a chance for one to spawn in here. We're gonna wait for these eels to come up to us. And the jellies. We do not want to deal with these when we go to get the artifact, because the artifact is underwater here. We do not want to deal with them while we're trying to get the artifact. That would be bad times. There's the artifact there. We're going to go ahead and swim past it. We'll get it in just a second after we finish checking for loot drops and dealing with all these stupid eels. And the new little X-fish guys who like to play. Die, sucker. Eels. If you're worried about your dino getting encumbered, turning off victim collection will also help. There's another jelly. We'll go ahead and kill him. Go through here and make sure we've killed any extra eels or jellies so we don't get ambushed while we're trying to get our artifact. And sometimes the artifact can take a minute to respawn. So while we're waiting for it to respawn, we're going to go ahead and check for loot drops after we get it. And look for a slot cat, which is fine and dandy. I don't really care. It's fish meat. Kill this manta ray real quick. And we're going to hop off here and grab our loot drop. Or our artifact, rather. Not loot drop. So I've already grabbed 2 loot drops. So there should only be 1 more in the cave. We're going to go ahead and swim up here and park our basil right here. Go ahead and hop off. And as you see there, I do not have scuba gear on. I did not need it because of my Leoplorodon buff. Like I said earlier in the video, if you have that buff, it will decrease your oxygen consumption. There's a chance that a loot drop spawns over there on that side. We're going to go ahead and run past everything. Another explorer note right there. That is 2 of 3. There is also a chance for a loot drop to spawn up there by that explorer note. And there's a chance for one to spawn right there, next to that snail. And then there's a chance for one to spawn back here. So I must have missed one somewhere. I'll have to catch it on my way back out. The last explorer node is over there on that side. That's all 3 explorer notes in this cave. We'll go ahead and run out. Again, be very careful if you're coming through here to get these explorer notes. You are able to dodge most of the stuff in here. Spiders do spawn in this cave and they will web you. And that will make it very hard for you to run away from stuff. So make sure you don't get webbed if you're running through here. It'd be a very bad experience. I'm going to go ahead and let my stamina regenerate. Go ahead and drink me some sweet tea and eat me a Federation burger while I'm sitting here doing that. Go ahead and run down here. So you can see someone on the server has put a Paraseer down here. I'm guessing they brought it down here with a bug. Not 100% sure though. Kill the stupid eel that's attacking me. Oh, I forgot to throw my otter off. I put the artifact in it. That way we can pick up a second one. Go, come on. Stop getting stuck, silly goose. Sweet. Got that. And I'm going to go ahead and give these little bits right here a quick 1-2. Make sure I did not miss that loot drop. Like I said, these loot drops are worthwhile to get. They do spawn. Yeah, there it is. I did miss it. It is a red drop. Like I said, they can spawn good loot in them. So I highly recommend you getting them. And coming in here with a Leoplorodon buff. Holy snickerdoodles. Right there. 496 flat gear. Gotta love it. Not very high durability, but good armor. That one will definitely go in the cell blueprint vault, because I definitely do have better than that. But as you can see, you do have a chance to get very good loot out of this. So I highly recommend you farm these loot drops when you come in here. But we're going to swing a left. We're going to come back out the way we came in. Well, pretty close to it. I'm not going to take the little detour that I took to look for loot drops, since I've already found all 3 of them. The other loot drop spawns right in this area, give or take. We're going to go ahead and swim on through here. And if your water is not clear like mine, like I said earlier, that is because you do not have fog and clouds turned off. If you turn the fog and clouds off, your water will be clear like mine is. Relatively clear. We're going to come up here. Go past this Giga Chad crystal right here. And we're going to swing left. And we're on the home stretch to get out of this cave. This is the easy of the 2 water caves on the island. Thankfully, the hard water cave is needed for the dragon and not the Megapithecus, so you only have to do this cave to this water cave. This is the only water cave you need to do the monkey to do the Megapithecus, and you can unlock the tech trough and tech generator. And shaboom, we are out of the cave. Super easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like I said, if you are having issues or your dino gets low health or it's not a very high level, make sure you come in here with mate boosted basils. I've also seen people bring sharks or the megalodons in with them, like 3 or 4 of them, to help them clear the stuff in that cave. Especially after a server wipe, that cave can be full of dinos. I'm talking like 20, 30 megalodons. Alpha Moses and Moses do have a chance to spawn in that cave along with alpha megalodons. So it can be very challenging. When you're going through that cave, like I said earlier, make sure you take it slow. But that is how to do the Artifact of the Brute Cave on the island. I hope you guys found the video useful. If you did, please like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And make sure you turn on notifications. That way you are notified of future videos that we have released. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.